I'm Joan.
I'm Frank.
And I'm Brenda, and our father, Robert Crombeen, was a resident at St. Joseph's Hospice.
Our father battled prostate cancer for 14 years, actually. A few years ago, I took him to a doctor's appointment, and the doctor said, "You know, Bob, this is going to get to the point where there's not much more we can do." And as we were leaving, Dad turned to me, and he said, "You know, when the time comes, I want to be at the hospice. That's where I want to be." And I was like, "Okay, Dad, that's fine. We don't have to think about it right now." But he made his wishes completely known from a very early time.
Yeah, and one of the things when Dad arrived at hospice, he had mixed feelings. I mean, that's a pretty big thing to take in for a person when they arrive there. And the caregivers would come in and do what they needed to do, care for him. And as they leave the room, he would often turn to me and say, you know what, Brenda, I think everyone that works here, they're all handpicked. Every single one of them is special, and it takes a very special person to work here. And we definitely saw that with the care that he received at hospice was the personalities, the care, the compassion, and the dignity that the staff gave our dad was truly exceptional. He said to me several times, this place feels like home, and I can't even imagine being in a better place.
Coming out of COVID was a very, very difficult time for seniors, and our dad in particular had lived at home alone for a long period of time. When he arrived at hospice, we almost immediately saw his mood change. I think being surrounded by that team of caring individuals who really were there to look after him, it lightened his mood, and it really changed his personality back to the father that we knew. And it allowed us to really step back and let others take care of him so that we could just focus on being his kids and spend time with him.
Well, the other thing that was amazing is that our mother had been in long-term care for several years. And during COVID, they did not see each other. My dad wasn't allowed to go in to visit her because of the protocol. And so I think it had been almost a year. They had not seen each other, and they had been married for 56 years. So we were able to arrange to have my mom visit Dad, our mom visit Dad, probably twice a week for the entire duration of his stay there, which was a 3-month stay. And that was the most amazing thing ever. When Mom would be wheeled in, they would reach for each other's hands, and they would hold hands the entire visit. Dad would always say, "Doesn't Mom look beautiful?" They wouldn't even necessarily talk a lot. They would just be together. And they had gone a very long time without that, and that was absolutely precious for all of us to see. Right?
And it wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for hospice. So growing up in a Dutch household, soup was a very big part of family meals. And my brother actually learned how to make the recipe. And the very first time that our parents got reunited after almost a year apart, Frank grabbed me some of the homemade soup to take in, and I brought it in and I asked the staff, "Hey, is it possible for our parents to get to enjoy this homemade soup?" Which was a huge part of our family tradition. So they actually got to have soup together for the first time in I don't know how long. So we got to recreate and create a lot of really special memories, not just for them, but also for us. And like Frank said, we just got to be kids. Our dad, Bob Crombeen, was born in the Netherlands, November 9th, 1933, one of 13 children. In 1948, at the age of 14, his family immigrated to Canada so his father could begin a life of farming. Our dad also began his life as a farmer at the age of 14 and retired from farming at the age of 80. He married our mom, Geraldine, in 1965 and had 3 children. He was also a loving opa to 4 grandchildren. Our dad was a quiet, honest, hardworking man, an amazing father and loving husband. He loved bowling and fishing and golf. He had very simple needs. He had a great but very dry sense of humor. If he teased you, you knew that he liked you. The staff at hospice definitely saw that side of him. He lived with prostate cancer for over 14 years before moving into hospice in April of 2021. We were able to reunite our parents in hospice. After being apart for close to a year, they were able to see each other again. Our family was reunited, and we had 3 amazing months with Dad before he passed away on July 10th, 2021. Our mother, Geraldine, joined our dad once again on November 5th, 2021, when she also passed away. The gala this evening marks her 1-year anniversary of being reunited with our father forever. St. Joseph's Hospice gave our entire family such a beautiful gift. We will be forever grateful for the love, compassion, and dignity that was given to our dad during his stay.
I think the hospice in Sarnia is a really, really important part of the community. I can't count the number of times I drove by that building and didn't even realize what it was. And then suddenly you find yourself in there and you realize what a magnificent place it is. So I think it's really important for the community to understand that this place needs support. It needs financial support, it needs volunteers, and it's critical that people get behind this place, because a time will come where you may need the services that happen within those walls, and I can't think of a better place to be. So please support St. Joseph's Hospice. They need your help.